Hi, David. How are you? Good afternoon. All right. Well, let's please start. Remember that yesterday we were reviewing about adjective clauses. Oh, okay. Yes, I will. Wait, don't worry.
Hi, sorry, I had a phone call.
It's okay. Don't worry. All right. Well, let's please continue. Remember that yesterday we were reviewing about the adjective clauses and we were reviewing about the relative pronouns, and we did this conversation. Now we are going to be reviewing on modal verbs. Specifically, we are going to be reviewing on modal verbs, active and passive voice. But before this, it is very important to remember that whenever we are going to be talking about expressing an ability, we are going to be using can and could. And here we have examples. David can speak 3 languages. He could speak fluent French when he was 5. To express permission, we are going to be using can, could, or may. And here we have 3 examples. Can you please read each and one of them?
Can I sit in the chair? Can I sit in that chair, please? Could I open the window? May I borrow your dictionary?
Yes. To express or give an advice, we use the modal should. And here we have 2 examples. Please.
You should visit your dentist at least twice a year. You should try to lose weight.
Correct. And well, here, to express an obligation, we can use must or have to. And well, here we have 2 examples with each and one of them. Please.
You must memorize all of these rules about tenses. You have to take off your shoes before you get into the mosque.
Yeah, the mosque. Do you know what is the meaning of mosque?
Mosque. Yes, I know. It's where Muslim people go to worship.
Yep. Have you ever been to one?
No, have you?
Yes, I have.
And what is it like?
Oh, I have to say that the structure as well as some of the decoration inside is very, very nice. But I will have to say that no matter if you are a foreigner and you don't follow their religion, women have to cover themselves, which is something that I am really, no, I'm not saying against. I think for their religion and their personal beliefs, it's okay. But in my experience, whenever I got into a mosque, I had to also cover myself and, use these black tunics and cover everything. And it was very hot. It was like 30, 40 Celsius degrees. It was very hot. And yeah, so it was not a pleasant experience, I will have to say.
Okay. And any statues or images there?
No, I didn't see any statues or images. Only the decoration on the ceiling was very, very beautiful. And the only thing I saw mainly was people sitting, talking in their own carpets. Yeah, they were kind of like personal carpets. So, and then when I went to another room, I will say from the building, there were people praying. So, and men can just they don't cover themselves, right? So only women. And no matter if you belong to the religion or not, or even if you're a foreigner, you have to follow this. So yeah, but the decorations, they were beautiful. It looked like they had like kind of like gold and silver like decorations. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was fake, but it was very nice and very white. And this make look it looks very clean because you have to walk barefoot.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
the
a
one
little bit awkward,
was
but
kind of like small. Sorry, you were saying something?
yes, I said that was a little bit awkward, but you have to respect the rules wherever you go.
Of course that you have to. I think, but there are other ways, right? I didn't feel like I had to wear a tunic because I was wearing like a, I was not showing off my skin,
Yeah,
only
you were
my neck.
you were your wearing your hijab, weren't you?
Sorry?
You were wearing a hijab, weren't you?
Um, kind of. It was for tourists. It was more like a tunic, I will say. I was not cover. I didn't cover my hair, but I did cover my shoulders, my neck, mainly because yeah, they said that we cannot show skin, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it is. I think that you have to follow. I think being respectful and just follow, it's correct. But just like that, it was kind of like too much for me because I was not like I was wearing something very like cover. My neck was could only see maybe I don't know, maybe like 5 inches from my neck. So I think it was exaggerated. But of course, because I was with people that were showing a lot of skins because we're in shorts, maybe that was the reason why.
Yeah, probably that's the reason.
Yeah, I think. All right. For possibility, for expressing a possibility, you can use might, may, could, or can. And well, we have two examples here with might and may. Please, can you read on these two examples?
It looks nice, but it might be very expensive. Richard may be coming to see us tomorrow.
Right. All right. So this is the classification on modal verbs and there is specific usage. Now we are going to be reviewing in this unit how to make active and passive voice with modal verbs. And well, I know that active and passive is something that you like very much, so I think this will be super easy for you. Here we have an active example. Must. I must clean the house. Here, whenever I change into passive, I have to remember that I must be using the verb be followed by a verb in the past participle tense. This is very important. And this is what V3 means because past participle verbs go to the third column. That's why it refers to 3. The house must be cleaned. Can. I will be reading the active and you will be reading the passive, okay? Because as you can see, all of the modal verbs are going to be following the same structure. Be followed by past participle. All right, let's begin. Can. I can clean the house.
The house can be cleaned.
Should. I should clean the house.
The house should be cleaned.
Could. I could clean the house.
The house could be cleaned.
May. I may clean the house.
The house may be cleaned.
Might. I might clean the house.
The house might be cleaned.
Have to. I have to clean the house.
The house has to be cleaned.
Right. And of course, whenever we are talking about passive voice, we can add who did the action, right? Who cleaned the house? The house must be cleaned, or the house was cleaned by. Whenever we want to be specific, we can use. We can actually mention, right? The subject who did the action. All right. And well, let's work on this practice about modals using past participle tense, which makes passive voice. Let me know when you finish, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I finished.
Great. And how did you do this?
I think I did it pretty well.
All right. Okay. Is there any doubts or questions that you may have about the use of the passive voice with modal verbs?
Just one must have been left, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Then I think we can move forward.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Perfect. So next thing will be vocabulary from the last unit, unit number 4. And well, we are going to be reviewing on phrases with break. So let's begin please with the first phrase. Break a habit. Break a habit means to stop doing something that is a habit, especially something bad or harmful. For example, please, can you read on this example?
Break a habit. Interrupting others is annoying, so try to break that habit.
All right, break a law means to fail to obey a law, to act contrary to a law.
Lisa broke the law when she drove the wrong way on a one-way street.
Yes, break a promise means to fail to do what you promised to do.
You promised not to gamble, but you broke your promise and went to a casino.
Yes, break a record. To beat a previous record in sport, speed, or sales, or any other thing, please.
She's a very fast runner, and she could even break a record one day.
Break a story or break the story. To be the first to address or publicize an issue, often a news story.
Our newspapers broke the story of the mayor's scandal, and now every national news outlet is covering it.
Yes, basically to be the first one to inform. All right, let's please move forward. Break a sweat. The meaning of break a sweat is to put forth a large amount of energy or effort into or toward a task, usually used in the negative to indicate the opposite.
Okay, that test was so easy, I aced it without even breaking a sweat.
Yes. So with a minimum effort, right? Break a sweat. Here, break new ground means to innovate. Please.
They've really broken new ground with their latest product. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes. Break somebody's heart to cause one to feel great sadness. This phrase is often said about the end of a romantic relationship.
I know Alan broke your heart, but there are lots of guys out there who will treat you well.
Yes. Break the ice to do something as a means of reducing or eliminating shyness, awkward tension, or unfamiliarity.
I was so nervous about meeting Samantha's parents for the first time, but her dad immediately broke the ice by asking me about my car, and everything went great after that.
Correct. Break the news to somebody. means to reveal information to one, often that which is bad or upsetting.
To reveal information to one of them that which is bad or upsetting. Who is who is going to break the news of the accident to Millie?
All right, so any doubts or questions about these phrases with the word break?
No.
Great, so these will be all the phrases that you're going to be reviewing on this unit. All right, let's move forward. Grammar on the last unit. Well, again, we are going to be reviewing about adjective clauses. And yes, the adjective clauses are very important, and it's very important to identify them in a sentence. Therefore, let's see. An adjective clause provides information for a noun in another part of the sentence. This is very important to remember. And well, here we have examples, and we are marking the relative pronouns in red so we can identify them easier, like easily. And we have here the first statement. The cake that she bought was delicious. As we see here, we are given extra information about the cake, right? We could even avoid the adjective clause information and just say the cake was delicious. But because we want to give more information or more description about the noun, we are going to be using an adjective clause. And well, here we have another example. The people who live next door are good neighbors. Again, we are using a relative pronoun here, and we are giving extra information about the noun. All right, so please can you read on the following examples?
I visited the town where they met.
Right, and the next one.
The leaders who we elected will commence work next week.
Okay, but did you read this one before?
Yeah, I think you did. The game which was played yesterday ended in a tie.
All right. And well, you read this one here.
Um, do you know the woman whose picture is in the magazine?
And the last one.
She will always remember the day when the accident happened.
Correct. Very good. So is there any doubt or question that you may have about adjective clauses?
No.
All right. And let's please go on to the practice. There you go. Please work on the practice and let me know when you finish. Thank you.
Smoothie. Okay, I got it.
Great. And
Hello.
how did you do on this practice?
Not even a single mistake.
Perfect. That's amazing. All right, let's please move forward. Okay. Now here, we are going to be reviewing about auxiliary verbs for emphasis. All right, so let's please begin with the explanation. Well, here we have. When we want to add emphasis to a verb, we often stress the auxiliary, like basically say it louder. That's the only thing we do in pronunciation. Show here by underlining. And we do this especially when we want to correct what someone thinks or contrast it with something else, like contrastive emphasis. And here we have examples in the continuous tense. Why aren't you going to the party? This is a regular question, right? Why aren't you going to the party? But I am going to the party. That means that you are answering, no? And you're saying that this person is absolutely incorrect because you are indeed going to the party. So we can notice, right? The stress on the auxiliary, which makes the emphasis. I can't go to this one, but I am going to the next one next week. Here, perfect tense. You haven't tidied your room. I have tidied it. I did it this morning. I know, but I have put my clothes away with modal verbs. Is it because you can't dance? But I can dance. Just look. I can't dance the paso doble, but I can but I can dance the tango. So as you can see, whenever you want to give emphasis to a statement, right, and you want to clarify that this person is wrong, you have to add more emphasis to the auxiliaries. Just that, by stressing the pronunciation. That means saying it louder, all right? And this is it. Here we have
Okay.
other statements. Let's see. But what about simple tenses? As you know, we usually only use the auxiliary verb do to make the negative and question forms of the present simple and past simple tenses. Not in positive or affirmative forms. Why? Because we're only going to be using the verb, right? That's how it is. For example, I work, he works. I don't work, he doesn't work. Do you work? Does he work? And well, here we have examples in the simple past tense. We worked, she worked, we didn't work, she didn't work. Did you work? Did she work? As you can see, we are only using the auxiliaries in the negative and question in both of them. All right, so when this happens, so when we want to add emphasis to simple present or past simple tenses, we need to add auxiliary do, remembering to use the main verb in the first form, which is the base form. This is sometimes called emphatic do. Example. Question. She doesn't like cheese, does she? But she does like cheese. In fact, she loves it. In this sentence, because we are using in the affirmative form, we shouldn't be using an auxiliary, right? Because we just need to use a verb, which is going to be translated into the action of the sentence. But because it doesn't have an auxiliary, we are going to be using as the use of emphatic do. That's why we are adding. The next example. I don't like cottage cheese, but I do like blue cheese. All right, so just add the auxiliary, no matter if it's present or affirmative sentences, because we know that they can be used in negative and questions only. But in this case, to give emphasis, we are going to be using it, the auxiliary, using the auxiliary in the affirmative form. All right, this was understood, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, perfect. Let's please continue. All right, here we have other examples with past simple. You're going to read the emphatics. I'm going to just read the first phrase. You said you would phone me. That is the same as call me. Please.
Uh, where it said, I did phone you, but you didn't answer. Okay, I didn't phone you, but I did send you a text.
Yes, correct. And when you see forms of the auxiliary do in positive sentences in written English, it is always stressed. Always. Other times we add emphasis are we also use emphatic auxiliaries, including do, to stress what or that we feel is strongly about something. So emotive emphasis. Please, let's read these examples. Can you?
She does look good in the dress. She is putting on a bit of weight. Her English really has improved an awful lot. You really must see this new film. I did enjoy that part last night. I never did understand what he saw in her.
Correct. Yes. All right. And well, let's go on to the activity. And for this, you're going to be typing. All right. So is there any doubt or question that you may have?
No,
All right. Let's please work on this practice. Well, here you have like a, we will say it's not, it will be like story. All right. Not an essay because I don't think it has the enough words, but a paragraphs story with paragraphs. And well, you have to fill in the gaps using the present simple or past simple form of the verbs in the box. And where you think is appropriate, you have to add the emphatic do, does, or did. All right. So please read on this story. You have to use the verbs on brackets on the chart and just add the emphatics whenever you think it's necessary.
Okay. Okay, I finished.
Yes, I saw. Great. So let's please read now. Right. Let's please read on this story, please.
Okay. Dick doesn't have a car and goes to work by bus every day. He doesn't have to wait very long for the bus, but he does have to change buses once. On Friday, the bus drivers decided to go on strike for the day, so there were no buses. Now it was Saturday and Dick was working in his garden. His next door neighbor, Tom, leaned over the garden fence. So, you won't have managed to get to work yesterday then? He said. Actually, I did go to work. I did go to work, said Dick. A colleague gave me a lift. And then Tom's wife, Marge, came out to call Tom in for tea. Hello, Dick, she said. I must say, your garden looks beautiful. Now you've added the pond and the waterfall. Did you do it all yourself? Well, I did most of it myself, yes. But to be honest, I did get a bit of help from my brother Harry. Oh, was Harry here? Offer him my regards next time you see him, won't you? Will do, said Dick. My sister Betty has just popped round to see us. I think you met her at our drinks party, didn't you? We're just about to have some tea. Come in and join us, said Marge. I love to, replied Dick, blushing slightly at hoping that Marge wouldn't notice.
Great. So tell me, David, is there any doubt or question that you may have about the emphatics?
Okay. No, I think I could change ga- gave gave for offer. A colleague offered me a lift,
Mhm.
and I think the word to give suits better in give him my regards next time you see him.
All right. So let's see. Let's make these changes in order to see. So you said that you will erase gave and offer, right?
Yes,
All
a
right.
colleague
So,
offered me a lift.
all right. Please type in so we can read it. Mhm.
And maybe I did get to work. Sounds better here.
All right. All right. Yes. Give him our regards next time you see him. I did get to work. That did. Yeah. All right, nice. Any other correction that you would like to make?
Now,
All right, great. So we are going to stop here. We have another practice to do about this, but we are going to stop here. And well, I will be opening this new unit tonight. Okay, so you can start working on it. And also I will be assigning the quiz from unit number 3 because we finished already that unit. All right, well, let's please work on the survey. There you go. And that will be all.
all right.
All right, well, thank you very much. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great
Yes.
night.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
You're welcome.